What you got in there?
Have your little sip, Mike. Go
That's
ahead.
it. Let
Help
me get
yourself.
a
Help
sip.
yourself. Yeah, help
Yeah,
yourself.
you pour it
I
up real
got you,
quick.
I got you.
Yeah, I can't reach over there. All right, appreciate it. It's been a trying week.
Salute.
Salute, sir. All right, let's get to your list.
We starting backwards or forwards, Mike? Where we going?
Let's go 50 through what? 41.
41.
Zuri Frazier with the super chat says, while Pac wasn't an East Coast rapper, he and Corrupt, shouted out Philly, can hop into an East Coast New York / East Coast bag when the song required. Yes, they definitely could. Pac could do whatever he wanted.
Absolutely.
All right, what we got? 50.
50. I got Nori, Mike.
Nori 50.
I got Chubb Rock at 49, Mike.
I like that.
I got Run at 48, Mike.
Hopefully DMC's on your list.
He is. I got Heavy D at 47.
Okay.
I got DMC at 46, Mike. I went back and listened to some Run DMC yesterday, Mike, and you're right. DMC's a better rapper than Run.
Yep.
Not by a lot, but about the memorability, Mike.
Yep.
Most of the memorable stuff came from DMC.
It did.
So even though Run had the bigger name and rep and even literally got more run in the group, DMC is the superior rapper. Take that. 45, Fat Joe. 44, OC. 43, Sadat X. 42, Talib Kweli. And 41, Buckshot.
Explain the OC thing. You got him over Fat Joe?
I do. He's just a far superior MC as a lyricist, Mike.
Okay.
I think people forget Word Life, Jules.
Okay.
He just got too many bars, Mike. His wordplay is top notch. His ethos is top notch. He's just one of those guys. He came along in that era where Big and Bad Boy took New York somewhere different, and he's one of those people I feel like got lost in the shuffle of it. But yeah, OC was great. And Grand Poobah didn't make my list because I always thought Sadat X was a better rapper than Grand Poobah.
Ooh, they're gonna kill you for that one. I disagree with you.
I don't care what people say.
I totally disagree.
Y'all are talking about the voice. Y'all not talking about like the actual work. I'll take Sadat X over Poobah. Poobah didn't make my list. Sadat did.
Okay.
My list.
Yo list. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, Joey was the lead character in the Academy Award-winning movie, Two Distant Strangers, and still, strangely, couldn't galvanize and grow a mainstream base. I think he kind of has that Janelle Monáe issue, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, okay, you could be a dope artist and be talented there, but somehow the movie stardom shines over that. Jay Short with the super chat says, Mike, no disrespect to the Migos. I'm old, but I don't think the Migos, I don't think this Migos street cut is hits out of the ATL like you think they are. He said, I don't think they hit outside of ATL like you think they do.
I'm trying to tell you.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I was just here when all that stuff was hitting, and when I play it, it's interesting, man. Whenever you and I do like a matchup like this, sometimes the things that are on paper that feel like they may work, in theory, once you press play, the shit sounds different.
No.
I know when I've, been had in a certain matchup. And I know when I got you, too. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, hold on, what was it? How about this, the whole death row thing? I was like, man, like this shit hurts. Like this is brutal.
I had a handful of spades.
So I was like, this is brutal.
One of my favorite moments, it was during our Patreon when we did the Timbaland and Neptune. And I started out with Trouble on My Mind. I was like,
yeah. How about
it's
this?
the blackout, Rory with the back out. That shit was.
How about this? How about this? I got something like that for you when we do the Wu-Tang thing. It's like, oh, Mike forgot this record runs like this.
Fuck it. Let's do the Wu-Tang thing. I don't care what the people say now because I got to defend Tribe. Got to rock with Tribe. All right, where you at?
Do you have any thoughts about my first set? What do you think about Heavy D making the list?
I like Heavy D making the list.
I know his cousin Pete Rock had been saying that Heavy D wasn't getting enough love, and I actually agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. I think he could be even higher, honestly.
I'm about to say, I thought about putting him higher, but
I got Heavy D over Fat Joe.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because impact does matter. And
I think Heavy D got more impact. I think that Heavy D held
Pun.
I think he held records on his own. Pun is his own thing. Like, that doesn't really count for Joe's. Like, I mean, it counts for his legacy.
That's part of it.
But not as an MC. I think that.
Has an MC, how about this?
I think as an artist, I mean, if we want to do that, Heavy put Puffy on.
Has an MC very few MCs have improved the way Fat Joe improved in the 90s. Like, very few, like, in the history of rap.
I like Don Cartagena. I think that's his shining moment.
I do, too. Don Cartagena, My World, John Blaze,
Yeah.
Crack Attack.
Yeah. No, that whole album.
Yeah. Don Cartagena's the shit.
What was the album that he came out with? I guess it was a while ago now, but it was in the 2000s. It was like The Dark Side or something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
That album was tight.
It was. No,
Yeah.
Joe's made some stuff.
Yeah, and he got longevity.
Yeah.
But I would put Heavy D's hits over Joe's.
Absolutely. In a
So,
second. In
yeah.
a second. Ready for me to go from
Yeah, go ahead.
So 40 is Sean Price.
Hey.
39 Inspect the Deck, Mike.
Okay.
38 Pharoah Monch. 37 Melly Mel. 36 ASAP Rocky. 35 MC Light. 34 Nicki Minaj. 33 Ja Rule. 32 Cool Mo D. 31 Old Dirty Bastard.
So you got Nicki over Light?
You have to.
Explain.
No, you just have to, Mike. It's too much for Light.
You got Ja Rule over both of them?
You're damn right. Ja Rule's better than both of them.
Okay.
And low key, as far as making hip hop hits is concerned, Mike has more hip hop hits than Nicki. Has more hip hop hits than most people on this list.
Oh yeah, he got a lot of hits.
Got a lot of hits.
I mean, speaking of which, when Joe
records.
and Ja did their verses, it was very lopsided. I mean, honestly, I don't even think from a hit standpoint.
I think Ja won like 14 of those records, in my opinion.
Yeah. They said Deck is too high.
What, like he should be like further down? Okay,
Yeah,
so here's the thing with Deck.
ASAP Rocky over
Yeah,
over Deck.
I mean, well, what's Deck's best album again? Okay, so you don't make high up on this list without. And when we get to Rocky,
Deck's made he's made some quality projects, but I think it's so late in the career that they kind of fall on deaf ear in that way. I mean, not for the fans.
Czarface projects are dope.
Yeah.
But he don't have an album like Long Live ASAP. I'm sorry. He don't.
Yeah.
He don't.
I think ASAP to me is
Love
probably,
him to death.
I think ASAP's probably one of the most underappreciated MCs in this era.
Deck is probably the only person. This is how cold his rhymes are, Mike. I think he's the only person that I really put on this list. Off the strength of verses that aren't on his albums. Like, that's what his verse game is like. Like, as a whole, collectively, like, for the duration. Like, on Enter the Wu-Tang, Mike, he's arguably the third best rapper. He's probably the fourth best rapper on Enter the Wu-Tang. It's like the Jizz is the best rapper in Wu-Tang Clan on Enter the Wu-Tang. Let's not get that fucked up.
Yeah, he is.
Meth and Dirty are special.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it's Deck and Ray. You know what I'm saying? So he's been top tier from the jump.
Into the 36 is a very interesting album because
It's different.
They made such a raw and incredible piece of work, and they weren't even really developed yet. And you could tell that Jizza was the one that was developed. He was. I know y'all gonna kill me for this. I correlated to the Migos, right? I feel like Takeoff early on, he was kind of already where he always was. The rest of those guys needed to develop. And Jizza was like that.
Even the Jizza developed, though.
He did, but he was just far ahead of them.
Yeah, he'd been doing it longer. He'd been doing it longer.
Exactly.
He'd been more dedicated to the craft for longer.
You could tell.
You could tell he had a major release album already. You know what I mean? Like, they even talked about it. It's like, no. Jizza was the one we all looked to. He had, put out, Killer Hills 10304 comes from Words from the Genius, Life of a Drug Dealer. They just redid it and made it better.
I told you about the time when Cujo Goody, he, hosted our mixtape back when I was in a rap group in the early 2000s. And to hear a rap veteran go in that booth, it just sounds different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you had your friends go in there and rap and all that stuff. But when he got in there, you could tell this nigga knew what he was doing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's Jizza on Into the 36. It's like
he's definitely the coach on the field. He's definitely the coach on the field.
These guys are doing it for the first time. They, probably doing a couple of takes or whatever. He's going in there. He sounds different. He's commanding.
His verse on Protect Your Neck might have been the best verse that year. The Wu was too slamming for these cold killer labels. Some ain't had hits since I seen Aunt Mabel. Be doing artist sin like Kane did Abel. Now that money's getting stuck to the gum under the table. That's what happens when you misuse what I invent. Your empire falls and you lose every cent for trying to blow up the scrub. who had wattage that's as bright as a 20-watt light bulb. Should have pumped it when I rocked it. Niggas so stingy, they got short arms and deep pockets.
Raw Holmes with the super chat says J. Rue the Damager has arguably 2 classics. Nondescript with the super chat says special motherfucking Ed.
I thought about Special Ed today too.
Special Ed was special.
Special Ed was nice.
He was kind of a Snoop Doggy Dogg before Snoop. Like, I could tell Snoop probably was influenced by Special Ed to a degree.
I got it made. It's like probably one of Snoop's favorite records.
Probably.
I could totally hear it.
Even the swag was very,
the highest title.
Numero uno. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
They want us to do the Wu-Tang and Tribe. That won 79% to 20%. So.
Nobody want to hear them Migos records, Mike.
No, they don't. That's cool. And if nobody wants to hear them, then I'll keep them to myself. I'll play them in my headphones. Jay Short with the super chat says, why we have to play the what if game with every NY rapper who didn't become Jay? Papoose, Saigon, Cannabis. What if they just are who they are?
Right.
I like that what if. What if they just are who they are?
That's real, though. That's what I keep trying to tell you. It's like that potential shit. It's like, how old are we? Are we 14 or some shit?
So what if they just are who they are? It is what it is, right? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I think ASAP is underappreciated and as an MC. And I think it's because he didn't really take on that NY sound per se. Speaking of, New Yorkers,
came up in a different era.
He did, and he didn't even have the support of New York radio to launch. He kind of went against the grain on that.
It's crazy. He's named after Rakim.
Mm-hmm. What did he say on the what was the mattress remix? He was like, did backflips on the mattress, fuck mad chicks on the mattress. When the magic happens on the mattress, 2 ratchet fat chicks on the mattress. It's like he does this stuff effortlessly. Mm-hmm. Even him on Magic or whatnot.
Yeah, on Wave Gods.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is going to be
just
dope.
Slid right in.
Even when I saw the feature, I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be dope.
Just slid right in, got it done.
We got this, we're talking Wu-Tang stuff, man. We got the trivia game or whatnot.
Want to ask me a question?
Yeah, I want to ask a Wu-Tang question real quick.
Okay, that's cool.
But, yeah, you go
taking
through the
all
list.
Taking all Wu-Tang questions.
Taking all Wu-Tang questions. Oh, it's right here, actually. I asked this question on a live the other day, and people struggle with it. And I want to see if you get this.
Okay.
All right. According to the Wu-Tang Clan on the song Bring the Ruckus, who mastered the trick?
On Bring the Ruckus, who mastered the trick?
Yeah.
I know, hold on. Ghostface, catch a blast of a hype verse. My Glock burst. It hurts. I come rough, tough like another contest. Fly like Egyptian must. Oh, shit. Wu-Tang Clan.
You want a Kendrick Lamar question?
God, no.
Got a Kendrick question.
Quick damage a whole era. Hard knocks is on the phone. PLO style. Hazardous because I wreck this dangerous. I blow spot. Illiterate type asshole. Songs going gold or doubt, and you'll watch a corny nigga fall. You're the fake and all that. I know it like it's yesterday. My clan wrote this. Woo, I guess it makes represent. And then there's Dex verse.
I think it's Jizza that said it.
Hold on. I'm more rugged than slave man boots. New recruits. I'm fucking up MC troops. I break loose. My Wu-Tang had fucking danger and more deadly than a stroke of an axe. Giving.
Jay Shore with
No, it's Deck.
It is? Okay.
It's Deck. Is it Deck? You tell me, is it Deck?
No, the trick is Nixon. Richard Nixon.
Trick just like Nixon. That's close.
Yeah.
Okay. Calls and okay, I forgot that part. Okay.
Jay Shore with the super chat says, how is Fat Joe top 50 when he's a hit maker who is never the star on his own hit? Pun, Ja, Wayne, Remy, Nelly, etc.
Hate.
That's all you can say. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, fellas, have you ever heard of the Inspector Deck verse that Pac cut out from All Eyes on Me because it was just too damn good?
It was stellar.
It's fire. It was dope. But that shit wasn't fuck you losers while you fake Jackson make maneuvers. Like, nah, man. Method Man was special on that.
It was up there, Mike. Ooh, you want to know what? Hey, you want to know what I thought about today, too? This is some more just quick sidebar. Corrupt's performance on New York, Mike.
Yeah.
With Snoop on the hook, that might be the most underrated rap song nobody talks about, Mike.
Yeah, New York was the truth. I had that on tape back in the day.
Dog Food, I had Dog Food on tape too. It's like New York's been soft ever. Mike, think about that shit. He
did that.
He did.
I mean, I know Snoop was the imagery of kicking over the buildings, but that was
too much.
Yeah, that was corrupt.
Think about it. He's taking the message shit and crushing the buildings. Ha ha ha! Too much. I serve too many people.
And when I start serving, there gonna be no secret. I'm gonna go listen to that.
That shit hard, Mike.
It is.
That shit great.
Gritty with the super chat says Buckshot was killing it like in 92 to 95. He was. Buckshot Shorty was the man. Jay Short with the super chat says Jizza was also the best rapper on Return to the 36 Chambers. Yeah, he was, of course. You know, he wrote most of it.
He wrote like 14 other records.
Before you get to the rest of your list, this is the according to hip hop trivia game, whatever. Yeah. I'm about to ask you a Kendrick Lamar question.
Okay.
And for the people who want to know how to get this card
the
game.
The answer ain't money trees. I don't know.
Yeah, you can go to accordingtohiphop.com, click game, and it's right there, and it'll be at your door. But, okay. Okay, we got 3 questions of his right here. According to Kendrick Lamar on the song Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, look inside his soul, and what will you find?
Gold?
Yep, you got that one. According to Kendrick Lamar on the song I, he prays that what doesn't go dry?
Every time he prays, I get worried, Mike. We're just gonna take the L on that one.
I know Esquire knows this out here. Esquire hates when I call him a Kendrick fan.
Mike, you know I don't be listening to no damn To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay, Holy Water is the answer. According to Kendrick Lamar, this is an easy one, and we can move on.
Why would he be talking about holy water, Mike? Why is he talking about holy water in prayer?
According to Kendrick Lamar on the song Humble, what just went viral?
Is my left stroke just went viral?
Yep, it was the left stroke. So yeah, it's like a million of these, man.
See that?
Hella cards here. Got that.
Oh, these cards have improved. This is great.
Yeah. It's a nice little drinking game.
Okay, what's Rakim's favorite dish? That's fish. How many rappers say bitch like him? There's got to be Too Short.
Oh, okay. How many rappers say bitch like Too Short? Is it 92?
93.
93 rappers and 12 comedians? Something like that. But yeah, you can go to accordingtohiphop.com, go click the game tab, and purchase these, and get it to the crib.
Where do you go if you want a cheap chick?
Freaknik.
Atlanta, Georgia. Look, I said this to an Atlanta native today. Not today, a few days ago, and she was offended. I'm like, yeah, I was like, this ain't like the place for like most men go to like find wives. She's like, what you trying to say? I was like, do y'all know what Atlanta women reputation is like in the rest of the nation? Like, she looked at me sideways.
We should ask our following. I don't know.
She looked at me sideways. I was like, don't act like you don't know.
Well, that's VH1's fault.
You too. No, Mike.
Freaknik's fault.
No,
Mike. Is that Freaknik documentary still coming?
Mike, it's not Freaknik's fault.
Whose fault is it?
Mike, I'd like to quote Ludacris. You're doing hoe activities with hoe tendencies. Hoes are your friends. Hoes are your enemies.
With hoe energies to do what you do.
Y'all professional like DJ Clue.
Putting on my coattail. Why you think you take a hoe to a hotel?
Hotel everybody. Even the mayor. Look up in the sky for the ozone layer. Come on, player. Once a hoe, always.
And hoes never close. They open like hallways. And here's a hoe cake for your ho-ho crew. And everybody wants some.
Because hoes got to eat too. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
You know what one
of
my
don't act right. There's hoes on a mission.
Hoes on the crack fight.
Hoes on the crack fight.
One of my favorite Ludacris lines when he took from a film, man, was when he was like, I'm an honest hoe, and all my hoes is honest. Luda make you brace yourself like orthodontist. We not sleeping on Luda, man. We know Luda got skills.
We know what the Atlanta women's reputation is, too. Stephon
Young with the super chat says, did y'all know Biggie had the beat for New York first? Zuri Frazier with the super chat says, does Mike Geronimo make the top 50? We'll get back to the list.
No.
Okay.
But back to the list.
Back to the list.
30, Foxy Brown.
I like that.
29, Mace.
I like that.
28 Pasunos, Plug One, Mike. Plug One didn't get no love. How De La Soul, a De La Soul rapper didn't make the top 50?
You know,
how can they have arguably the best rap group catalog?
I'm glad you mentioned
and
that.
And Plug One ain't get no love?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Plug One.
Because you know what? All this De La Soul love that
it'd be
has
fake.
been poured
It'd be
out,
fake love.
yeah, by the mainstream
love.
media.
It'd be fake love.
Yeah, once their catalog was available and once we lost Plug 2, all that De La Soul love, and y'all left Plug One, Pasta News off the list? How?
Mike, there's clear.
How?
Mike, I was looking at it. It's like, I don't even know. I mean, I have him at 28, and it's like, shit. I'm funny about it putting him right there because I don't think there's 27 guys necessarily better on the mic from New York.
Well, the
him.
one thing that he has against him is the Andre 3000 thing. But other than that, I'm with you.
No, he got way more bars than Andre, Mike. I'm sorry.
Well, he doesn't have many songs with just him.
Oh, right.
You know
he doesn't get busy for Dolo.
Yeah, he don't have like a solo album like
That's
that.
Fair.
Not that, you know, like you said, he does way more rhyming than Dre does.
Right.
But I think they would just dedicated to the group in the group aspect. That's why they stayed together so long.
27, I got Fab.
Okay.
26, I got Big L. 25, I got Big Pun. And so I drew a line at Fab because it's like I didn't know where Pun and L fit in. And this is not a disrespect to Fab. It's just he's not the MC that either of those two guys were. And I still feel like to this day that Capital Punishment and Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous is better than anything Fabolous has made. And so although he's had a great career, and I know what his mixtape game looked like, and I know what the bar work and the entendres look like, I wasn't comfortable putting him ahead of Big L and Big Pun. And that's kind of why Pun and L fell where they did. That was like the gap that I had where it's like, well, where do Pun and L really fall, like legitimately? And I think it's somewhere in that Fab Pasta News. Like they fall in a funny territory because of what happened to them, so it takes somebody with some special circumstances. Like if Fab had one like truly undeniable classic album, he would probably be like 6 or 7 slots higher.
I want to know what our New York audience feels about that.
And if somebody bring up a goddamn mixtape, we gonna have a problem.
I want to know what our New York audience feels like.
Because I'm gonna tell you,
that.
like you tell me about Jeezy, it's like, well, if his best shit's a mixtape, how great is he? Every time I bring up Trapper Down 1 and 2, I hear that shit in the streets. It's like, well, his mixtape shit is best shit. So how great is he, Coop? It's like, first of all, fuck your team.
But you know what? Most people love Thug Motivation 101. They say that's a classic. So he at least has that. You know,
he does have 101. I still don't think 101's better than Trapper Down 102, but you know what I'm saying? That's that personal Atlanta.
Listen, I think the Down with the King is, to me, T.I.'s most impressive performance.
Mike performance, maybe. Mike performance, maybe. It's definitely not his best set of songs.
No, it's not his best set of songs.
It's not even top 3.
You know what? I like the
approach.
Attitude.
You like the approach.
I like the attitude.
Because he feels disrespected.
Shit.
He feels disrespected.
Yeah, like this is back against the wall, T.I. So yeah, I feel you. And that's probably how you feel about Trap or Die. I was gonna ask though.
Trap or Die 2 is how I feel about that.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Jeezy's attitude on Trap or Die 2.
I need to go back and listen to Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous again because I don't really have that album as high as most people do.
I think you should go back and listen.
Yeah, I'll go back and listen.
If I'm not mistaken, Buck Wild did a fair amount. You know, DITC.
Mm-hmm.
24, the Jizza, Mike.
Okay.
23, AZ.
That's tough right there. Both of them.
Yeah. I put AZ ahead of Jizza for one reason. The consistency with which A has put out quality projects is really gone understated. I mean,
I agree.
I think Do or Die is a classic.
And, you know, out the gate, AZ showed us that he can make a hit record with Sugar Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't hold that against him like, oh, he don't got a hit.
And he had some label issues. Remember the record Hey AZ with Coco?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. I had Hey AZ on vinyl.
That shit was dope.
That shit was dope.
Mad Max of the Super Chat says Pun and L are top 20. And
no,
so is Fab.
No, they're not.
Real NYC cats know Coop's list sounds like a foreigner made it.
Right.
Not a foreigner.
Well, I mean, here's the reality with y'all's list. Y'all don't even know how to include Plug One from fucking De La Soul. So it's like, don't nobody want to hear shit about y'all list, really. You know what I'm saying? Y'all list was whack. That's why we had to go redo it. Sometimes you need some outside perspective to fix it for you. Fab's not top 20 because Fab doesn't have. Because listen to this.
Well, I want to hear what your top 20 is, and I'll see if I agree.
Fab's not top 20 because of the people that are on this list. Because Mike, I'm gonna tell you what.
Okay.
At least 17 people on here are clearly better than Fab.
I don't have Fab over Jizza. That's just me. I don't.
I don't have
Call
Fab.
me a foreigner or whatever.
I don't have Fab over Jizzy either.
I know you don't.
This
I'm just talking
motherfucker
to
ain't
the
made
people.
no liquid swords. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
I don't have Fab over AZ either.
Y'all talking about all these bars and stuff. Like, we gonna talk about this when we talk about Rakim. It's like all that bar shit don't matter if you don't make the song. And I'm
well, I'm gonna let you clarify that.
Yeah. No. It's in a good way.
Okay.
It's in a good way because I realized something about Rakim in relationship to his peers, and we'll talk about it when we get higher up on this list.
Mad Max with the super chat says all this Griselda-ish, but Conway and Benny are not on the list. I thought we were talking about New York City.
I thought so too. But
yeah, but if we're including them, I think we got something else going on. But yeah, I mean that's what Complex is about, right?
Right. I mean, first of all.
He said, I know you better not have them over Pun and L. They're urban legend myths.
Oh, no. I didn't put Benny or Conway on this list.
Yeah, because I thought we were talking New York City.
Me too.
Yeah. Melvin Wright with the super chat says, going to definitely bring up the mixtapes because you bring up the cow in defense of Conway. And that's from a mixtape.
No,
Can't pick and choose.
That's a verse. I talk about that verse being his coming out party.
Yeah.
When I talk about Conway, I talk about from a king to a god.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which is better than anything Fab's ever made.
It is.
Straight up.
To me, it is. Andrew Williams with the super chat says,
Fab don't have no Jesus crisis. I'm sorry.
Pun is better than Fab, but not Big L. He just doesn't have enough work.
I think L is better than Pun, but Pun did more with about the same amount of output. And that's just the reality. It's just the reality, because here's the reality matter. MVP and Put On, that's not fucking with Still Not a Player. Deep Cover, the real Not a Player, the original Not a Player. It's not Dream Shatterer, Super Lyrical, You Came Up, Triple Sace. No, even though It's So Hard, off Yeah Baby. No, I'm sorry. I love L. L's better. Like, L's better than a lot of guys fundamentally. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have the records.
Gotta have the records.
Jay Short with the super chat says Big Pun is the only rapper I ever heard who made Black Thought feel secondary on the track.
Correct.
Pun had too much it factor for him on Super Lyrical.
I agree.
All right.
22 Busta Rhymes.
All right.
21 Q-Tip. Now, I don't know what world people living in, but y'all gonna have to show me what Fab's done. That he's supposed to be ahead of Big L, Big Pun, the Jizza, AZ, Busta Rhymes, and Q-Tip.
It could be argued that he's ahead of Big L just based on volume and you know what I'm saying, and hits.
So he'd be at
like
26 then.
That could be argued.
Because here's what I'm saying is that nobody, and I don't care what nobody say.
Big L out-rap Jay-Z.
Thank
and I don't think Fab would be able to do that at any
Ain't nobody heard no Big Pun or Big L and then heard Fab talking about Fab the better MC.
Yeah, I feel you.
With what? So it would be different if he had some sort of classic that we could go to, like a Liquid Swords or a Do or Die, and be like, see that shit? But he don't have that shit, and that's why he's behind these guys. He definitely doesn't have Busta Rhymes hits. He definitely doesn't have Q-Tip's catalog with Tribe. So he's not ahead of any of those guys, in my opinion.
Mad Max says Mount Vernon is not the city. LOL. So, neither is Yonkers.
So Heavy D and so all them guys don't count? Okay.
Well, I mean, Complex put DMX on there. I mean,
there's 8 on there.
Yeah, he's in Yonkers. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that Mary J. Blige, I feel like, her she's from Yonkers, right?
Yeah, that's how they got put on.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, the locks and all of that, I felt like they were considered. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I'm out of.
Seems like they got considered.
Maybe
by
I'm
the New
out
Yorkers.
of the loop. You know
seems
what
like
I mean?
Seems like they got invited to the party.
Yeah,
Mike.
they seem a little bit more considered than the Buffalo guys are when it comes to New York City and the tri-state area.
I mean, I can rework this list and fit Conway and Benny in here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely make it.
Yeah,
but we're just clarifying on what we thought this was.
Oh, yeah, I'm just going by the criteria that was given to me, Mike.
Yeah.
So let's get to my top 20. Talking about some Fab top 20. Not with these names I'm about to name, Mike.
All right, go for it.
Mike. Oh, hold on. You want to know what? And I forgot somebody because he slipped out. Mike, I forgot to put Yasin on here. I thought I had Yasin at 19. So actually, let me tell you what. I believe I had Yasin right after Cam and before Q-Tip. And so this list is a little off. So whoever my 50 was is actually about to slide out. And that's
Mad Max says, Busta over Fab. Busta is not like that up here. Now, that, Mad Max, is what I was saying last episode. Like, I know Busta's more of a global, national star. But I know me as a Busta fan, New Yorkers weren't really rocking with Busta shit like that.
Okay, so this is a reality that people need to face. What has Fab made that's better than The Coming?
Oh, you talking about as a full project? I think Fab's best album
It's still not better than The Coming by Busta Rhymes.
I think he has nothing for ELE either. But I think his best album is Real Talk.
Like I said, so his best album would be Busta's third or fourth best album. You want to go to guest appearances? Who got more memorable bars, really? It's like when people are saying that, when people are talking, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, I'm not the biggest Busta fan. Even like, you're actually the Busta fan.
Yeah.
But what we're not about to do is be disrespectful and make it seem like Fab's better than Busta.
Where's the scenario, right?
He's never made better albums. He doesn't have better guest appearances. He doesn't have more memorable verses. He hasn't been impacted in this game the way Busta has. Where is Fab better than Busta? On what metric?
I think on that
little
little
mixtape bar work,
Yeah.
Mike. One check next. That's what I'm saying.
But for New York though, you think that because it's like,
Mike,
this is what I'm gonna say, and this is my correlation, right?
I'm
not saying that Fab is like Gucci is down here.
Fab's
right?
problem is Jadakiss, Mike. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
Because all that shit y'all talking about, it's like, no, you talking about Kiss. You're not talking about Fab.
What I'm saying though,
you're not talking about Fab. You're talking about Kiss when you say these things.
Busta's kind of Ludacris-ish to Atlanta in that way, right? So it's like if you ask somebody in Atlanta,
Busta's a better scene stealer verse.
No, I agree, but I'm just talking about being from a place where the place itself doesn't really play you as much as they do like a Gucci or something like that. If you ask somebody out here in Atlanta, who's the more who would you rate as a top Atlanta MC? They're gonna put Gucci over Luda, right?
Right. In real talk, Mike, this is the same town that didn't play fucking Wu-Tang Clan in their prime, so you can't trust that shit. Right.
I'm just saying based
right.
on
no, all I'm saying is they didn't play Wu-Tang Clan, so ain't nobody trying to take their word.
I used to play Wu-Tang, and they looked at me weird.
How you not playing Wu-Tang Clan in the town?
And it was like, yo.
You're not playing
Wu
in the town?
About New York, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about New York.
Yeah.
So when they talking about this play shit, it's like y'all didn't play Wu. It's like, so stop looking for credit. Like y'all done fucked up a couple times, like with the choices that you made. When you're talking all that shit that Fab does, you're really talking about Kiss. Fab don't do it like that. It's not anything personal. It's just levels to this shit, and these are the levels.
Jay Short with the super chat. I'm gonna let you finish. He says, so Tupac is from New York, but Long Island and Mount Vernon aren't in New York. Make it make sense.
You tell the people who made the list to make it make sense.
Melvin Wright with the super chat says Big L doesn't have it either. Coop. Back off Fab.
Shit, he got more than Fab.
I don't know about that. Andrew Williams. He got to breathe.
I think Put It On. I think MVP is lyrically better than Breathe. Yes, MVP is better than Breathe lyrically. Yeah.
Talking about the song though. Andrew Williams.
Hold on. L don't have the songs,
mm-hmm.
but he's better than Fab. And stop telling me that he's not.
Andrew Williams with the super chat says, nah, Coop. I was saying that Pun is better than Fab, but Big L ain't over Fab because Big L don't have enough work. I'm not a fan of Fab's catalog either.
No, Fab catalog ain't like that for me to put him over L. That's what I'm trying to emanate to you all.
Melvin Wright says, Mike, Fab's best album is Loso's Way. Okay.
That's still not doing any. It's not any better.
Jay Show with the super chat says, little mixtape bar work, Coop. Don't do Fab like that.
It's not little mixtape bar work, but it's like if we're going to go talk about bar work on mixtapes from that era, who's the man, Mike? Because it's not Fab.
Ohio
Is it not
Case.
Jadakiss? Is it not Jadakiss?
Yeah, he's that guy.
Right.
Ohio K with the super chat says, I'm not about to let this Big L slander continue in the chat. LOL.
Thank you.
Handle that.
Like, right, y'all talking, like, L has an MC.
Mm-hmm.
Was a Nas and Jay-Z caliber level MC when he was walking around. Ask those two guys. They will tell you. Ain't nobody ever looked at Fab that way. Nobody's ever looked at Fab like the type of person that can be on a track next to a Jay-Z and Nas and get the better of him. That's what I'm saying. Even the Kane shit. That's what I'm saying. It's like, no. L can rap with Kane. L can rap with Nas. L can rap with Jay. Fab, no.
To be fair,
L be up higher if he had lived.
The way L was thought of was kind of like how Jadakiss and Prodigy were thought of when we knew they were going solo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was
it's
okay,
like that.
We know the bars are there, but let's see if they could put it together.
It's like that.
Yeah.
And how about this? For the brief time that he was here, consider him to be a better song maker than Kiss. Right.
You talking about Big L?
Kiss ain't never made no put on or MVP as a solo record, just like straight up and down by him.
Okay. All right, what we got next?
20 is Cam.
Killer.
19 is Styles P.
Oh, you got Styles P pretty high. I like that.
He's supposed to be high.
He put in the work. He gets forgotten a lot.
Not over here. 18 is Lil Kim, Mike.
Okay.
17 is Cool G Rap, Mike.
As it should be.
16 is Slick Rick. 15 is Big Daddy Kane. 14 is Jadakiss. 13 is Method Man. 12 is Prodigy. And 11 is Raekwon. Go.
Well, they would tell you that they would put Fabolous over Lil Kim. I think. Isn't that what y'all are going to say?
They don't know shit, Mike.
Yeah.
That's what I keep trying to tell you.
Yeah, I don't think we could put Fab over.
You don't have no evidence of that shit. And if somebody
I
brings
think Kim would beat Fab in the verses.
Mike, Jadakiss beat Fab in the verses. Do you know what Lil Kim would do to Fab in the verses?
Mad Max of the Super Chat says, let an NY guy say Quavo over CeeLo, and you're going to lose it. Lose your top. But you're going to tell us about our rappers.
What Quavo y'all talking about? Like who on here lyrically?
I don't think anybody would say.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The guys that I'm naming, like Busta Rhymes ain't no damn Quavo. Like if Busta Rhymes and Fab get on the track, Busta gonna show out more than Fab is.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know where guys is like getting
especially in Busta's prime.
Busta's prime, it's not even a Mike. It's not even a fucking question. That's what I'm saying.
Busta's prime, he's out rapping a lot.
How about this, Mike? Fab is Gucci up there.
Yeah.
But Mike, even down here, we consider Gucci to be all-time great down here, but we don't never talk about Gucci the way we talk about Andre, or talk about Big Boy, or talk about CeeLo. No, the fuck we don't.
I don't know.
We don't talk about him in those lyrical
Gucci
regards.
Go a long way. But yeah, no,
we don't talk about him in those regards as far as his MCing. So I don't know where this.
We talk about the overall catalog.
Like, what's Fab best verse, Mike?
That's a good question. See, you asking me the Fat Joe LL Cool J question.
Like, what's Fab best verse? Because how about this? Let's go.
See. What is my favorite Fab
This is what I
verse?
mean. Let's just go to the Jizz on Liquid Swords. Show me where his verses are better. Like, show me a verse that Fab. I can go pull a random verse off of Liquid Swords that's better than the shit that Fab be spitting. That's why I'm like, no, it's not like that, fam. Stop making it seem like it's like that. It's just the reality of the matter. He came along in a little gap. And he was really, really good. And he's been really good. And he's top notch. He's not everything outside of New York like y'all saying.
Zeri Frazier with the Super Chat says, Wu regularly got played in New York. I don't know what Coop's talking about. You're referring to Hot 97 band, and they aren't the only big radio station up here. Well, that's good to know.
Man, other radio station wasn't playing like that either, according to Wu-Tang Clan.
According to them.
According to the Wu-Tang Clan,
where we got that from was the documentary.
Mike, according to Wu-Tang Clan, they didn't get played like that, but okay.
But maybe Wu-Tang can clarify it. I don't know. Okay. Mad Max of the Super Chat says, Cam over Big L. Don't let Harlem... Don't let a Harlem in catch you, Coop. I mean, y'all have a problem with Cam being over Big L.
That's what I'm saying. So
Cam's done the work.
Cam did the work. L wasn't here. That's what I'm saying. If you
Cam has the impact.
That's what I'm saying. If you're talking about L as an MC, well, L's somebody that can rap next to Kane and Nas and Jay, so he's super higher than all those guys. Mike, he only made one album while he was really here.
We can't put that over a guy who made Purple Haze, Come Home With Me, Diplomatic Immunity.
Mike, the SDE.
SDE, that's where I was gonna
tough.
go. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Camden made a lot of dope albums, and the Dipset shit, and all the hits. Nah. He's on Banned from TV. He's part of that '98 class too. It's like Cam.
No, Cam is the truth.
Cam's the truth, and the impact is there.
Oh boy,
Cam's the truth.
Big L ain't do that.
Big L don't have no old boy. I'm sorry.
He don't. Hey
Ma,
and stuff like that.
What means the world to you?
No. I mean, it is what it is. Anything other than that, we would be being biased. You know what I'm saying?
Cam, Mason, L were in a group together. L was the best MC. We all know that.
Listen, man.
We all know that.
I heard some footage, I saw some footage rather.
Cam's actually the third best one.
Cam was rhyming a different way back then. Cam switched up his style to be different.
You want to know
why?
The
way that he was rhyming back then, like, on a technical level, we'd be like, yo, Cam was right there with it. But he changed up. You know
why Cam switched up?
Get identity.
Because Murder, Mason, Big L were better rappers than him, even when he was doing that fundamentally, technically sound stuff. But he took it and made it work into something else. And he's had a better career than Mason, Big L.
No, facts.
He just has.
Mad Max with the Super Chat says, Lil' Kim is maybe top 30. Stephon Young with the Super Chat says, 6 Minutes of Death is Fab's best verse. Jay Short with the Super Chat says, I'm gonna ignore y'all overrating Cam. A top 50 lyricist list doesn't feel right without Kool Mo D. Before our time, but we still got ears.
Hey, Kool Mo D's 32 on this list.
Go see the doctor.
Kool Mo D's 32 on this list.
Kool Mo D was nice.
Kool Mo D was nice. I put Kool Mo D higher than Melly Mel for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got more stuff.
He's a better MC.
Think he's a better MC?
Overall, yes.
Okay.
As a lyricist, definitely.
Yeah. He got flow.
Got flow, got delivery, got style, got charisma.
Changed it up.
Got the records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that little piece I did on Melly Mel the other day?
I did.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Am I wrong? I mean, it's so
You're not
weird.
Wrong.
It's
You're not
weird.
wrong. It is weird.
It's weird.
I mean, it's weird that you keep talking about Eminem, but that part's weird too.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, we gotta.
What do you think, Mike? What do you think about how my 20 to 11? How you feel?
I'm cool with it. I kind of see where it's going.
Right. Want me to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got 50 at 10. I got Ghost at 9. I got DMX at 8. I got Chuck D at 7. I got LL at 6. I got Biggie at 5. And I'm going to tell you why I got Biggie at 5. I couldn't in clear conscience put him ahead of Rakim or KRS-One. Not with no clear conscience, Mike.
I can't put him ahead of LL Cool J.
With the L thing, because here's the thing about it. L thing has always been the songs and the hits, and I feel like Biggie has just as many hits, if not more. And he
did the albums.
And he made the albums and is the superior MC on a few levels, so I'm willing to give it to Big. But, Mike, I really sat down and thought about it. It's like, man, KRS-One made 4 borderline classic albums before he even, quote-unquote, went solo.
Yeah, and he's still making albums.
Yeah.
And still performing at a high level. We went and saw him.
And I got Rakim at number 3. And I got KRS at 4. But let me tell you something.
I think that's a very fair top 5.
It's the way it's supposed to be.
Top 10, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. Realize something about Rakim. Rakim's the best lyricist of his era, and I think up until Nas and Black Thought, probably the best lyricist of all time. I think they make it conversational for him. But here's why I have Rakim so high, Mike. Rakim just made better records than his contemporaries.
Yep.
He did, and I'm going to point out why, because here's the thing. Mike,
with very little help, too.
With almost no help. Thank you. That's where I was going. Mike, do you think Rakim has more style than Slick Rick? Because I don't. You think he's more?
So. Nobody does.
Do you think he is more affable in the lady sphere like LL Cool J?
No.
Do you think?
Or Kane.
Do you think that he is the overall ladies' man and performer that Kane is?
No.
Do you think he's the gangster that Cool G Rap is? Do you think he's the teacher that KRS-One is?
Or the performer that KRS is?
Right. So actually, when you look at it, he actually won. And here's where MCing changed, Mike. He didn't just win with the lyrics. He beat all these guys with the songs, and that's why the songs matter, and that's why the albums matter. He made it matter because he beat his competition literally with the songs. That's why when y'all kicking this Fab shit, it's like, what songs? What albums?
And for our younger audience out there, Eric B is president. You're speaking of. You're speaking of my melody, I'm sure. You're speaking of Paid in Full.
I Ain't No Joke.
I Ain't No Joke. Follow the Leader.
I Know You Got Soul.
Yeah,
Microphone Fiend.
Microphone Fiend.
Lyrics of Fury. Know the Ledge.
Yeah.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
Casualties of War. Let the Rhythm Hit 'em. No, stop making it seem like that you
Don't
can
sweat
just,
the technique.
Don't sweat the. Stop making it seem like you can just step to the mic and spit and be lyrical and not make the song and make the album, because he's actually the guy that made making the song and the album as a lyricist the thing. I'm gonna say this again.
Ghetto's one of my favorites too.
Damn, forgot about Ghetto. Mike, like I said, not charismatic like Slick Rick, not a ladies' man like L or Kane, not a teacher like KRS, not a gangster like Cool G Rap. How he ended up being the best MC of his era, Mike?
Because he's just that great.
Because he just made better songs. So when y'all are sitting up here talking about Fabolous like this, and I'm like, what songs? What albums? Rakim is the reason that I'm saying that shit. And it's why you need to stop saying that shit about Fab, because he is nowhere in that stratosphere of making songs like this, of making albums like this, that he should be top 20. He is light years ahead of these motherfuckers with this shit.
He is.
He is. Because he, in 86, on one album in 86, Mike, he put in more bar work that's better and more memorable than Fab whole career.
A lot of people's whole career.
No, because people talking like Fab top 20, and it's like, no, he's not.
I guess to a certain generation he is.
Because, well, here's what I would tell you why he's not. That's why I was like, no, you talking about Jadakiss. Because Jadakiss is 14 on this list, and he's not touching Rakim's bar work or song work. And y'all all know that Kiss is better than Fab. So how y'all gonna have Kiss so high and think Fab sitting next to him? No.
Yeah.
And Rakim's the one that made it that way, Mike. He made it possible. No, lyricists can make songs and albums better than the other guys. That might be his real thing, because when people like, well, lyricists don't make good songs, it's like kind of funny. They used to.
Mm-hmm.
Because his name's Rakim.
It's funny, man.
His name's Rakim.
Not to bring up the Eminem thing again, but when we talk about, or I saw it was trending on Twitter one time, they were talking about M don't get played in the club, and somebody had the nerve to be like, well, Rakim don't make club songs, and Black Thought don't make club songs. I'm like, no, those guys got bangers. Like, you'll hear Eric B. is present in the club. You'll hear Paid in Full.
Paid in Full definitely still gets played in the club.
Yeah, like, I ain't no joke. Yeah, those get played in the mix. Yes. So, yeah, when people say stuff like that, they don't know what they're talking about. Rakim got the record.
But this is what I'm saying. He just made great songs. And you got to make great songs to be part of it. Like, a lot of these guys, like, say what you want about Cam. It's like, no, Cam got more great songs than Big L.
He does.
He got more great songs than Mace. He definitely got more great songs than Fab. He got more hits than Fab and more great songs than Fab. What the fuck are people talking about?
Trey 9 Mo, what's good?
J. Cole, this ain't no Southern list.
It's a New York list.
It's a New York list.
Oh, man, they zoning out over here. They ask if we got J. Cole, Lil Wayne on the list. Trey 9 Mo with the super chat says, did y'all hear the J Elect verse on No Name album and react to her album? No, we got to check that out. That's going to be Monday because everybody keeps talking about this verse. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, Styles P over Jada. Even Jada says that, respectfully.
I mean, I have one at 19 and one at 14, so it's not like it's not plausible. Just like I got Ray at 11 and Ghost at 9. I keep telling you it's close.
Jada would beat Styles P in the verses. Let's just keep it real.
People not keeping it real with themselves about the Jada Styles thing.
Now, I know everybody want to knock Jada for not having the albums that Styles has, but we know that Jada makes up for that in other ways. I'll put it that way.
That's why Meth and Kiss are right next to each other. Is that without making that great album, go look at the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I'm saying is like, oh, no, how about this? Show me where Fabs walked into a blackout situation and walked out with the best verse. Has in a Prime X, a Prime J sitting right there.
No,
but Jadakiss got the best verse on the song.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When y'all talking about that shit that Fab do, you're talking about Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with Money, Power, and Respect, when DMX came through with that. I sneeze on tracks
and bless you. I'm special. And if you like working out, then I'm going to stretch you. Hustling is dead, but we all,
Man, I like how he started out. It's like, dang, how did he start that verse out? Been over and spit rhymes like Shogun. You scared to blow one. Get robbed with your own gun. If I don't respect you, I'ma check you. And if I don't kiss you, I'ma peck you. And then get to the part where we're at. Jay Short with the super chat says, you realize that Cam is the only top 25 MC on your list who can't do a verses without his crew, right? But we pretend Cam got songs like that. Fab is better. Jay Short hates Cam. Melvin Wright,
a hater, and get off. I'm sorry, fam. Breathe's not enough. Like Kiss, listen to me. Kiss bodied Fab.
Cam would beat Fab at a verse.
Listen to me. Kiss bodied Fab.
Yeah.
Cam got bigger records than Kiss.
No, facts.
He's not better than Kiss on any level except for the fact that he does make better songs.
Yeah.
And so if Kiss, that's why I keep saying it's like, oh, you don't think Cam or Lil' Kim better? It's like, show me.
Yeah.
Show me. Because, like, how about this? Kim gonna body Cam, and that's why I put Cam at 20 and put Kim at 18, because I was about to put Kim at 20, and then I was like, hold on. I'm like, Kim's stunting on these motherfuckers with this catalog. This catalog is stunting.
Melvin Wright with the super chat says, okay, Coop, so please explain what Chubb Rock did to be top 50.
Chubb Rock's first album, lyrically, is one of the better rap albums that you'll hear from that era.
I think Chubb Rock is the precursor of what we got with Biggie. To be honest.
Him and Heavy D. Yeah. But Chubb Rock was a top-notch lyricist. Go listen to Chubb Rock's debut album.
Yeah, 1990, Chubb Rock jumps up on the scene.
No, but the whole
yeah.
album is super lyrical, Mike.
I mean, even with him
Chubb Rock
rhyming
has flows.
on Treat 'Em Right, you could hear it.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
What's the
Crooklyn Dodgers.
There it goes.
Yeah,
Crooklyn Dodgers. It's like, no, you can hear Chubb.
No, Chubb Rock and rhyme.
I mean,
nah. That's why with the super chat says
Very happy I
Rakim's songs are beloved mostly because of the bars, but one could argue KRS-One made better overall records. That said, I agree with Rakim over KRS. Solid list. I do think that the beats that Rakim had were better.
No, his highs are higher than KRS's. That's what it is. That's what I mean. He made certain things matter that hadn't mattered before. It's like, oh no, that guy's ceiling, when he hits the mark on his record, he's going to make a better record than all these other guys. That's what happened.
You're going to love this next comment. T-Nitty says, did you miss MF Doom? Sean P. I know he was on there.
You mean
Killer
MF Doom
Priest
was born in
and
England?
Cormega.
MF Doom was born in England.
He is.
So I didn't count him because he's not born literally even in the United States. I don't know how he made Complex's list, seeing how he wasn't even born here. But that's why he didn't make the list. He wasn't born in this country. Like, not even a New York thing. He wasn't born in this country.
Okay.
Like, what people are like, why didn't he make the list? Well, he wasn't born in this country.
Stephon Young with the super chat.
You see how wild
says,
people be?
Yeah. Jadakiss is the posse cut king. I have him top 5. Jay Short with the super chat says, I like Cam. I just think that he's the poster child of New York bias. He swagged up and fooled y'all. He gets passes for being from New York. Okay.
I'm not the biggest Cam fan, but I'm going to give him his due for what he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a movement, and that movement doesn't happen without Cam. Cam's important.
Cam's important.
Very.
Yeah. Dipset had New York on lock for a minute, Mike.
The industry.
And that was Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even what we got with Wayne that came through that Dipset movement.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Fab ain't never had no movement like that, Mike.
Nah. Who's Fab? Didn't even have a crew like that.
How about this? When was the shit that Fab was kicking coming out of New York like, oh, this the hottest dude in the city? Because Cam had that.
Yeah.
He ain't have it to the level of a 50. He ain't have it to the level of a Kiss. He ain't have it to the level of the guys at the very, very top, of course. But oh no, he had it. He definitely had it more than Fab ever did.
So Rakim's 3.
Rakim's 3. You know 2 and 1, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z at 2 is my guess.
Correct.
And Nas is 1.
Correct. But the big thing was where I really kind of like drew the line, because it was like, okay, it's like Ready to Die and Life After Death, and those guest appearances are not that good that it literally circumvents Criminal Minded.
Yeah.
By all means necessary. Edutainment, Sex, Drugs, and Violence.
Yeah.
Return of the Boom Bap. The KRS-One album. It's like, no, it doesn't supersede Paid in Full. And like just off the merit of Paid in Full and Follow the Leader alone, you can say it doesn't supersede that. But then it's like, you got to let the rhythm hit them. Don't split the technique. The 18th letter. It's like, no.
If Biggie gets on the mic at any point in his career, at the height of his career, on the same song with KRS and Rakim, he doesn't out-rap them like that.
Here's another thing about Big, and I'm not saying this to be funny. And part of why I did put Nas at number 1 is this, because it's not even about the Jay-Z or the battle thing. The only time that I really thought Big was the best rapper in New York, Mike, is right when he passed, Mike. It's Life After Death.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit up there and kick this shit to me and tell me that he's a better MC than Nas in 94. That's not true. Don't tell me he's better than Nas in 95. That's not true. You want to know what Biggie's verses look like in 1995? You want to sip Mo on my living room flow. Play Nintendo with C's and Nino. Pick up the phone, say Papa not home. Now, this is Nas in 95 in a mahogany, black scenery that was lightning and raindrops. I'm tied up in the basement cocaine spot like Bangkok, Vietnam type mind control. Nah, Mike, he not better than 95. Mike, 96 as it was written, the thing that you call the most lyrical performance ever recorded on record.
Yeah.
So if Nas is better in 94, 95, and 96, and Big dies in 97, when was Big ever really better? Because the last time, I've always said this.
I got a Biggie question here.
It's a top 3 Mike performance, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Let the rhythm hit him. It was written Life After Death. But that didn't happen until 97, Mike.
No.
So really his peak, he missed his peak. Because when he was really, really the best, he was gone, Mike. And I think that's part of the reason why he gets held so high.
I think so, too.
Is that, oh, no, when he
died
left,
on top.
Oh, when he left, in 1997, he is a better rapper than Nas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so he had ascended somewhere special. But
These are easy.
But to act as if in 94, 95, and 96, the Big was better than Nas, Mike, that's just not accurate. It's just not true.
Yeah.
You're talking about the radio. You're not talking about the bars. Because if you want to go listen to Junior Mafia's album and go listen to all the stuff that he did and like all the remixes stuff, and then go listen to the stuff Nas did in '95. Tell me who's better. You do not want to play Illmatic and Ready to Die next to each other lyrically. You do not want to play It Was Written against anything that he was. You don't want to do that.
I mean, Big said himself that he thought that Nas should have won Lyricist of the Year at the Source Awards.
I mean, no.
He said he thought he should get Album of the Year with Ready to Die, but he was like, Lyricist of the Year, I get that.
Ready to Die is not better than Illmatic, Mike.
Well, you know,
the beats aren't better, the rhymes aren't better, the concepts aren't better. Where is it better? The beats ain't better.
The hits.
That's it, Mike. But the hits that you're talking about, Big Papa and Juicy.
Yeah.
It's like has a head, Mike.
Because the remix ain't there.
Let me ask you something. Real talk. Now, It Ain't Hard to Tell and The World Is Yours or Big Papa and Juicy. Just in a vacuum, not hit, but the songs. What songs are better?
You said Big Papa and The World Is Yours?
No, I'm saying those were the first two singles off those respective projects. Is Juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. And Big Papa, right? Yeah, Juicy, Big Papa, right?
Yeah.
And off Illmatic, It Ain't Hard to Tell and The World Is Yours.
Yeah, I think that the Illmatic songs are better.
They're better songs, Mike.
Now,
it's not hit records.
Yeah.
So he had been better. That's what I'm saying. It's like the hit record thing about it got skewed. It's like nobody in their right mind really thinks that It Ain't Hard to Tell is an inferior record to Big Papa or Juicy. Like, I don't know no hip-hop.
If we're putting up, because It Ain't Hard to Tell is the first single. Let's put It Ain't Hard to Tell up against Juicy.
It Ain't Hard to Tell.
I personally like It Ain't Hard to Tell, but if somebody said Juicy, I can't argue that.
Juicy's the bigger record, and you can't take that away.
Big Papa's a dope record, too. I love Big Papa, but
not
it's
fucking
not
with The World Is Yours.
The World Is Yours.
It's not, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
Opinion.
And so some of that Biggie stuff, even by the New Yorkers mostly, might be a little bit skewed. Because the reality of the matter is 94, 95, 96, he's not the best rapper in New York, Mike. He's not. I'm sorry.
T-Nitty with the super chat says, Coop, most Atlanta rappers aren't born in Atlanta. LP with the super chat says, KRS-One made comparable music during Rakim's peak and stayed in the game well after Rakim fell off lyrically. Rakim overall, KRS-One has peaked last longer. His peak lasts longer. And I think that's fair. And that's me as a Rakim fan. But, I mean, I'll listen to that, but I'll still put Rakim ahead, in my opinion.
Well, this is why I said, Rakim's highs are higher than KRS-One's. How about this, Mike? What do you think is the best song on Criminal Minded?
Criminal Minded, to me.
The actual song?
Yeah.
Now, Mike, where would Criminal Minded, the song?
Right.
Right, Mike. Where would Criminal Minded fall on Paid in Full as a song? You feel what I'm saying?
I would have My Melody over it. I would have Paid in Full over it. Yes. I Ain't No Joke over it. I would have Eric B. as President over it.
So half the album.
And so it would probably fall somewhere in there. Because it's better than The Rhyme Goes On.
Do you like it better than I Know You Got Soul?
I do.
Okay, so think about this. That means
that's a great record.
It is. So KRS-One's peak, Rakim's peak. You just explained it, Mike. It's like, KRS-One's best song, when Rakim's at his peak, will fall somewhere third, fourth, or fifth on Rakim's shit. And that's why Rakim's better, because the highs are higher. Not like it's not comparable, because it is. And KRS-One still thinks that he's better than Rakim. I know that he does, because I'm still number one as a Rakim shot. I don't care what anybody says. It is. But the reality of the matter is Mike, what's KRS-One's most memorable shit?
My Philosophy, in my opinion.
I think it's My Philosophy and Love's Gonna Get You.
Yeah.
Mike, that's not fucking with Rakim's best shit.
No.
It's not.
Emcees Act Like They Don't Know.
That's up there.
And Rapture is up there as far as his most memorable stuff.
Yeah. Mike, that's not Microphone Fiend.
But I would say the top of the top, Philosophy. Okay. So you're going to put Philosophy up against, I don't even know what Rakim's most notable record is.
We don't got to go all the way to the top. This should let you know the album, Mike. Is My Philosophy better than Know the Ledge?
Damn.
Right, because Know the Ledge isn't Rakim's best song.
I personally don't think so, but if somebody said it is, I'm not mad at that.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, Know the Ledge for most people isn't Follow the Leader, or Paid in Full, or Eric B. is President, or Microphone Fiend. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, oh no, KRS-One is right there, but Rakim's ceiling, Mike, the ceiling when he makes the record. It's different when he makes the record.
No, that's real.
And for whatever one of people say about KRS-One, I love KRS-One as a lyricist. He does not have a mic performance like Let the Rhythm Hit Him, because very few people do. It's just the reality of the matter.
I can't think of anybody who does outside of maybe Nas or something.
Like I said, Mike, Nas on It Was Written. Rakim on Let the Rhythm Hit Him. Big on Life After
The
Death.
way he's rapping on "Let the Rhythm Hit Him," the song, and No Omega,
The shit
it's like
different, Mike. The shit different, Mike.
the best MC I ever heard.
Mike,
Like
even
in a
with-
vacuum.
Mike,
yeah.
the one time he slowed it down on the album, it was the biggest hit. Me and Eric B was cooling at the Palladium, seeing an all-world cover girl. I say, hey, lady, I'm sorry if you're in a rush. Don't mean to hold you up or intervene or interrupt. But his flow is so sick, Mike. His flow is so sick.
Amal with the super chat says, peace. Slick Rick was born outside of the country too. LOL. Fair.
I'll eat that.
Jay Short with the super chat says,
But
Cam is the Kyrie Irving of rap. Amazing how swag and flash can get you compared to the greats without the results.
But Slick Rick
to
also
match.
claims the Bronx. What does MF Doom claim? Because I never heard MF Doom claim New York like that. Did you?
I thought he claimed Long Island, but I could be mistaken.
I mean, Slick Rick claimed the Bronx.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Dot with the super chat says, New York State of Mind alone is better than Ready to Die. Y'all wildin'. Leroy Green with the super chat says, Coop, you talk about Nas' lyrical skills, but compared to Big, where is Nas's balance with the radio songs? Why is balance important for everybody but Nas? What say you?
I say go listen to It Was Written and be quiet. That's what I'm saying. Is like, you know, like I get what you're saying, and you're talking about Big being more versatile, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I brought up the Rakim point. Oh no, Kane was more versatile. LL was more versatile. Nobody thought they were better.
Esquire with the super chat says,
Well, people thought Kane was better.
So if Rakim's highs are greater than KRS-One's,
They are.
why aren't Big's?
Because Big's highs aren't higher than Nas's highs. Set simple.
I don't think Big's highs are better than Rakim to me.
As a hit maker, that's about it. That's what I'm saying.
Big was incredible though. Both incredible.
Like how about this? What's Big's 5 best songs?
Shit, that's hard to say, man.
Like pick 5 Big songs, because that's what I'm saying.
Who Shot Ya comes to mind.
That's not gonna beat those Rakim records, Mike. It's not. Who Shot Ya's not better than any of those Rakim records that we named.
I see where you're going because Big's hits like that aren't his best songs per se.
Correct.
So Warning would come to mind.
That's not beating those Rakim records either, Mike.
I don't think so.
You're gonna have to. That's what I'm saying. It's like when people.
And Everyday Struggle, as great as it is.
That's not in the ghetto, Mike. It's not.
I love both songs. That's hard, man.
Everyday Struggle might be my Everyday Struggle and My Downfall might be my favorite Big records.
Yeah, that shit's not ghetto.
That's not in the ghetto or Know the Ledge.
Yeah, man, ghetto's crazy, man.
That's
Planet Earth was my place of birth.
Born to be the
soul controller of the universe. Yo, the way he
came in and just
like,
started skating
I love
on
when
it.
he was like 007 is back and reacting, on point and relaxing and ready for action. I'm so low key that you might not see me. Incognito, taking it easy.
Mike, sip the juice. I got enough to go around. And the thought takes place uptown. I grew up on the sidewalk where I learned street talking. Didn't long. Oh man, no, I'm sorry.
I go to Queens with Queens to get the crew from Brooklyn. Make money in Manhattan and never been tooken. Go uptown to the Bronx and boogie down. Get strong on the island, recoup to lay around. Time to build my juice back up.
Mike, his highs are super high. His highs are super
incredible,
high.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I think over time people are forgetting how high his high was.
He's incredible.
No,
man.
Like how about this? You remember Jay in 2000? Rakim in his prime is bigger than that to people.
I think that you think about how early he's rapping like this. Like you know when you
it's not fair.
You know when you go back in history and they talk about somebody's net worth in like the 60s and they like, correlate it to today's currency or whatnot. Right. The way this nigga was rhyming in the 80s, and then you factor that in with the, you know what I'm saying, the way people were rapping, he's on a whole nother planet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you update that and factor in all of those things, we have to compare the way Rakim's rapping in 87 and 88 to the way niggas is rhyming in 96.
Correct.
That's what it is. That's how far ahead he was to everybody.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's like outside of a few guys, he was still ahead of people when he came back.
Yeah. He's insane.
Like when he came back, he was still ahead of almost everybody.
Yeah.
He took 5 years off.
Mad Max with the super chat says, talk to someone over 55. Most of them got Kane over KRS. Really? LP with the super chat says, I'm still number one was a shot at Melly Mel. They battled. I want to hear from Melly Mel. Will the real Melly Mel please stand up? Esquire with the super chat says,
Melly Mel don't want that.
The question was, why aren't Big's highs greater than KRS-One?
You want to know the truth, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Because subject matter matters.
Okay.
Subject matter matters. It does. And that's why I was asking you to bring up Big's best 5 songs, because what you'll find is that you'll find great mic performances, but the content, it's really not there like that, Mike. It's just not. Hate to be the one to break it to people. It's like,
and you're right. Subject matter does matter. When you got a verse like "You Must Learn," where you're talking about everything, you're giving a whole history class. Yeah, those are incredible highs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, or even stuff like, "Oh yeah," it's like, no, like Big can't do that. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Yeah, that matters. It's like Big's got Everyday Struggle and Sky's the Limit. Are those his biggest content records? That's not gonna beat KRS-One.
Yeah. 007 with the super chat says, think about it. Rakim was rapping about me. 007.
You gonna play 10 Crack Commandments after Love's gonna get you? You feel me? It's like 10 Crack Commandments inherently might be a better song, Mike, but if you start parsing out and coming down to the nuance of it, it's gonna come down to the message, the content. And so Big's not gonna beat KRS-One on no content and no message.
And then we got the longevity conversation. We're talking about somebody who had probably one of the shortest, greatest careers ever versus somebody who's had one of the longest careers in hip hop history.
KRS-One has made at least 6 great albums.
Yeah.
At least 6.
Yeah. His catalog.
6.
And you know, this is no disrespect to Kane. I really wanted to see the KRS-One LL matchup.
Kane catalog ain't long enough for KRS, so you can
not.
feel like.
I mean, we saw it.
Like this is. Hold on. So same thing with L is with Kane. It's like, oh no, you talking in a vacuum, my nigga. You're not talking in reality.
Yeah.
Like, cause in reality, if we want to talk about like just like the talent, oh no, L and Kane are like that, and the output is not.
Yeah.
And that's just that. We saw it during the verses.
We saw it.
Yeah. It's not enough to fuck with KRS.
Nah, facts.
Facts.
It is what it is.
Like,
man.
right.
Like Kane had to go out there and do some freestyles and stuff. Like
and it wasn't enough. The performance is there. Now, here's what I will tell you: is like I've always felt like KRS-One was the best rap performer ever. Not so sure about that
both
after
of
that
those,
Kane shit.
Yeah, I think
that's like a 1A,
they're
1B.
1 and 2.
Yeah, it's 1A. It's not even 1 and 2. It's like 1A, 1B. Like how you feel for the day.
And the fact that Kane's doing this high level performing and moving and all that in his 50s, amazing. Breath control is incredible.
And if you wanted to take KRS over Rakim, you would have an argument. I wouldn't knock you. I would just tell you that I would take Rakim because the highs are higher, as in the moments are more memorable. It's like, I don't care what you say. It's like, nah, KRS-One doesn't have an Eric B as president. He doesn't have a microphone thing. He doesn't.
Jay Short
That's how
says,
high the highs are. It's like Rakim got shit KRS don't got.
Jay Short with Super Chat says, y'all forgot Rakim's most classic bars. I start to think and then sink into the paper like I was ink. I know you got soul.
Trapped in between the lines. I escaped when I finished the rhyme. I got soul.
I've said this on the show
He's got the most hip-hop quotables ever,
I was going to say, I know you got Prodigy for the best opening lines. I got Rakim, man. Like, he has such memorable opening lines.
I was a fiend.
Yeah.
Before I became a teen.
Yeah.
I loved the microphones instead of cones of ice cream, music orientated. So when hip hop was originated, fitted like pieces of puzzles. Complicated.
And then he got the I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now slam it on the ground and make sure it's broke. And then, of course, thinking of a master plan.
I came in the door. I said it before.
He is the first line killer, man.
No yeah.
He got too much.
He got too much. That's what I'm saying. It's too much. Too much. I serve too many people.
Know the ledge. I know we just quoted
Right,
that.
we just quoted Know the ledge. I just quoted Mahogany, Mike. That's what I'm saying. It's
his
like
opening lines are a beast.
Mike, even his late ones, the saga begins. My eyes are a photography lens. Properly push pins and show quality gems. The horrors be grim, but yo, maybe tomorrow we win if we follow the trends and keep count of the dollars we spend.
How'd he start out my melody?
Check out my melody.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm letting knowledge be born, and my name's the R, A-K-I-M. Not like them, I'm not on the list. Word is born. I got rhymes like a scientist. Yeah.
And then
he's got the 7 MCs in the line. Thought, Mike, I take 7 MCs, put them in the line, and take 7 more niggas that they can rhyme. Be 7 more before I go for mine. That's 21 MCs up at the same time.
Easy does it, do it easy. That's what I'm doing.
He was literally doing arithmetic on a track, Mike. It's like, ain't nobody heard that shit before. It's like, this nigga count.
I know you got Soul. The opening bar. Oh, that's the one I'm thinking about. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a strong rhyme to step to. He is the first line killer, man.
Mike, but that's what I mean about quotables. So you sit by your radio, hand on the dial soon. Mike, how it go? As you hear it,
pump up the volume. That's him.
That's Rakim.
That's not a sample. That's
not a sample. That's Rakim, actually, when he says that. Pump up the volume. Yeah, that's every time you hear pump up the volume, that's Rakim.
That's Rakim.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Esquire with the super chat says,
think about how many people have taken the microphone theme beat, Mike.
Yeah. All right, Esquire with the super chat says, fair point about KRS Coop, but most Rakim's best songs aren't super content heavy either. Outside of the ghetto, it's mostly braggadocious. You got a lot. I think you're thinking about Paid in Full itself. Jay Short with the super chat says, if Heavy D was around for verses, he would be in the top 25. I forgot the Blue Funk album and those boom bap beeps, plus all the hits. Yeah, you got a lot.
I'm still doing it, Sade. You gotta let me finish.
T Nitty with the super chat says, did you mention LP? LP from New York.
All right, I'll call you later.
He killed it with Company Flow and Rockers. Jeff Jug and Run the Jewels. How about Cormega and Killer Priest? Say you left out LP.
No, I didn't. Next. No, I didn't.
Well, I think we got to get up out of here.
Yeah, my daughter was just calling me.
Oh, what was good? Everything
she was asking me how the show went. I was like, well, the show's still going on. So,
well, let's get up out of here, man. Shoot, we got that versus coming up Monday.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to do Tribe and Wu-Tang.
Who's going first, Mike? You want to flip a coin right quick? You want to see?
Let's do that. Somebody got a coin in here? I think I
coin?
might have one. Let's see. I might have a coin here. Oh, got one. I'm in luck.
That's good.
Oh, we'll do this live. Heads or tails?
I'll take tails. The last shall be first. They from Staten Island.
It's heads.
That's cool. You want to go first?
Yeah, I go first. Because I know you had plans
I do have
to
plans.
go first.
I do have
I'm definitely going to go first. Okay.
That's cool.
All right. Well, hit like and subscribe. Share, all of that stuff, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in with us, A2HH Live. We definitely going to see y'all next time. See y'all Monday. And we're going to do that song for song matchup Monday. We'll probably do a preview on that show, and we'll talk about, all the albums that we missed, the No Name, J Electronica, all of that.
Yeah, we'll catch up on all our album stuff.
Yeah, and go get the trivia cards, too. It's going to be on accordingtohiphop.com. Click games. You can get that. It's a fun drinking game. Anything you want to leave the people with before we get out?
No, long live hip-hop, Mike.
Long live hip-hop.
Oh, you want to know what? No, just did my first reaction video.
Oh, yeah.
Slow It Down by Nas.
Plug people to that.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, we're going to be putting it up on According to Hip Hop, but Mike and I are doing some things outside of studio now to keep our traction going. So Mike is actually doing some mic checks, and I'm doing some reaction videos. So be looking out for those. I'm probably going to record another one for night, and we're going to post it. But the traction and the love was really good on the first one.
Nice.
Some people thought my levels were too low. I'm like, well, fuck y'all. I'm tired. So,
well, all right. We out of here. A2HH Live. See y'all next time.